The Tarantino Method. Study like a movie director. Imagine this. You sit down to study for 3 hours. You open your book, read a few pages, highlight everything, and by the next day, you've forgotten almost all of it. Sound familiar? The problem isn't that you're lazy. The problem is that you're studying like a camera, recording everything instead of a director, creating a memorable story. That's where the Tarantino Method comes in. Inspired by filmmaker Quentin Tarantino's storytelling style, this method turns boring facts into unforgettable stories. Your brain is naturally wired to remember stories, emotions, surprises, and connections, not random lists of information. So instead of trying to memorize isolated facts, you create a mental movie. Here's how it works. Step 1. Turn the topic into a story. Instead of reading a chapter like a robot, imagine it as a movie. Every important idea becomes a character. Every process becomes a scene. Every formula becomes a plot twist. For example, if you're studying the human heart, don't just memorize the blood flow. Imagine red blood cells as delivery workers racing through a giant city, dropping off oxygen and picking up carbon dioxide before rushing back to the lungs. Suddenly, the topic becomes much easier to remember. Step 2. Make it dramatic. Your brain loves unusual and emotional moments. The stranger the image, the better you'll remember it. If you're learning history, picture historical figures arguing in a courtroom. If you're studying biology, imagine cells as superheroes protecting a city from invading viruses. It might sound silly, but that's exactly why it works. Step 3. Create scenes instead of notes. After studying for a few minutes, close your book and replay the movie in your head. Can you remember every scene? If one part is missing, that's the section you need to review. You're no longer reading passively. You're directing the movie yourself. Step 4. Explain the movie. Tell the story to a friend, a family member, or even to yourself. If you can explain the entire sequence without looking at your notes, you've truly learned it. Teaching forces your brain to organize information instead of simply recognizing it. Now, here's why this method is so powerful. Most students rely on rereading and highlighting. Those techniques make you feel productive, but they don't force your brain to retrieve information. The Tarantino Method combines visualization, storytelling, creativity, and active recall. That's why the information sticks much longer. But there's one mistake you should avoid. Don't spend more time making the story than learning the topic. The story is a tool, not the goal. Keep it simple, memorable, and connected to the actual concepts. You can even combine the Tarantino Method with other proven techniques. After creating your story, use active recall to test yourself, then review it with spaced repetition over the next few days. This combination is incredibly effective for exams. So the next time you study, don't think like a student. Think like a movie director. Turn every chapter into a story, every formula into a scene, and every difficult concept into a memorable character. When your brain enjoys the journey, remembering the destination becomes much easier. Remember this. People don't remember information. They remember experiences. So stop memorizing pages and start directing your own learning. Your next study session could feel less like homework and more like creating your favorite movie.